It's just nice that there's still that feeling of closeness and caring. I care about her and her well-being. When I see her a couple of times a week, when I drop her off, the first thing she says is, call me as soon as you get home.
That's my little boy.
I finally told my parents that they needed to love each other enough to let me take care of Dad and Brookdale take care of my father. I am the executive director here, but I am also a family member. My father also is a resident here. And my dad couldn't be happier here. He's really been an active member of Brookdale community. He became an ambassador. The best part about having my dad here is I get to visit him every day. It's not uncommon for me at the end of my day to go up to his room and we play a little Connect Four.
Alzheimer's was not even on our radar. This man who had been at the top of his career, and he couldn't remember the town he went to college in, and said, we better take some tests, Charles. The fact that we were able to find this out early gave us an opportunity to make the plans for what was going to happen. Coming to Brookdale was one part of that plan. We walked in and right away we were embraced. People seemed to be moving around and they were happy. There was a lot of activity going around. He said they were nice. I liked that one the best.
My grandfather, who lives here now, it's funny because even though he can't really talk, his sense of humor is so great. My grandpa, he said, when I grew up in Venezuela, I had a parakeet. I'd love to have one. And Bird completely bonded with him, so it was a great thing for them to have together. It makes me feel good when we can bring out more of those memories.
Dad was living alone following my mother's death. Decision had to be made, and Brookdale was our choice. I have a number of family members and friends here. We have really come to appreciate that they have a place like this.
It's personally comfortable. People here know you. The staff here knows you by name, so you feel comfortable.
It feels very much home here for my family and our friends.
When she had the opportunity to move over here, I felt like I could have my life back. My mother was 88 years old when she moved here. She just felt like she would have more companionship. It was the perfect thing for her. I saw her thrive. I ended up calling her on the phone every day, but it was different, and I thought that she would change her mind. But she was happy. She made friends here.
She met my father at a dance here in Tullahoma. They got married. 3 years later, they adopted me. 2 years after that, they adopted my sister. I talked to a couple of my friends. They said, hey, Brookdale's a place to go. They take care of them. They're there 24/7. 5 minutes in, we knew this is where she needed to be. She's getting twice the care.
When we came here, we looked and they had rooms that looked like home. And I think that from my mom and dad's perspective, they're really smart people. One key thing that my dad said is, I think we're gonna like it here. That was the first day. There's always that sense where you feel like you've got everything under control and everyone can kind of feel safe that their loved one's taken care of.
My grandmother was full of life. She enjoyed going into the garden here and looking at all the flowers. So there's a statue with a little plaque that says Emily Platt in honor of her, in her memory, and so it's been a very special place for us.
When my mother did pass, I was just sitting at home for several months. Then one day I received a card, and it came from the Clay Ridge program director. It was just a card that said, how are you doing? We miss you. Call us when you can. And that's changed my life.
She is inspiring. Seeing her active means so much to me.
He's just a wonderful, wonderful, warm and caring son.
She loves it here. And she talks about them more than she does our relatives now. And I can call any time of the day or any time of the night. Somebody answers that phone.
I volunteer here 2 days a week. I have purpose, and I'm happy coming here every week. I enjoy what I do. I'm around all the people I knew, residents as well as the staff. Everything was as if she had passed away at her own home. It was her home, and that meant a lot to us. And I think that's why I get such good feelings when I come here. It's like feeling like I'm around Mom still. She was my best friend.
She's the love of my life. I fell in love with her a few years into high school. We held hands all the time. That still happens today, and I've got the highest respect for Brookdale and its staff. They care for me as much as they care for Sally. So it brings me great comfort that she'll be taken care of.
Put your husband first.
I think the wife is always first too, I tell you the truth.
We met because I was never going on a blind date, but my sister insisted, and he was the blind date, and we absolutely hit it off. That was 65 years ago.
I wouldn't mind going through it again, the whole thing.
My dad was physically unable to walk, and he got his life back, and it was awesome. He realized that Brookdale got him back his life, and he chose to stay here. So it has given me the opportunity to continue to be part of his life, which is really important. It's priceless.